Welcome to the 40th Cambridge Film Festival. The festival is organised by the Cambridge Film Trust, a completely independent charity. You can find out lots more about our year-round work on the website camfilmfest.com. My name is Elle Hayward and I'm the Short Fusion Coordinator and Programmer and on the programming panel for the festival. And I would like to warmly welcome you to the Shorts to Unnerve strand, a chilling dose of horror and the unexpected. The strand commences with the UK premiere of Anne Thoren's Rocks and Crows from Switzerland. When a young boy leaves his apartment block to play by himself, he encounters crows in a dark alley and things begin to spiral. A curious and suspenseful story centred around the youthful perception of violence and the balance between child's play and harm. Shot in black and white with a sharp contrast, this accentuates the mythological omen of crows, a nice and sinister touch. Following on from this, we have the world premiere of Catch a Butcher, directed by Kasia Joski-Jethi, who also has a debut award-nominated play under my thumb. The film has performances from Ramanik Aliwalia, Manpreet Bambra, Kiran Vedi, and Etizia Philip. Set in India in the 19th century, a young nurse has a tumultuous first night in her new role with the unnerving disappearance of mixed-race babies in the house. This is a poignant exploration of mixed-race heritage with mythical horror symbolism and the confrontation of empirical rule over Indian mothers and their Anglo-Indian children. Next up, we have Down, a startling, captivating animation from Guy Harvey. When a gaping black hole starts to emerge in London, a few people try to sound the alarm. From an intriguing premise to a shocking and sombre conclusion, this animated short is truly gripping to watch. Enjoy spotting some iconic locations across the country too, as the hole begins to spread and fear begins to spread. Tearing into the next spot is Itch, directed by Maltese filmmaker Susanna Farigua. With a convent, a nun begins to suffer with a worsening skin condition that begins to take a strong psychological toll on her as she grapples with the blossoming desire towards another nun. This includes a reflection on the filmmaker's own long-time skin condition. There is an interesting element of subverting the nunsploitation genre, challenging the oppressive nature of religious institutions and navigation of sexuality and psychology. Then we have Banshee from local Cambridge director Matt Ditko. When two curious teenagers begin to take a vested interest in a missing persons case, their investigation leads them into a sinister forest. Taking a minimalist approach to horror works well in the short's favour, allowing tension to grow and into a tantalising climax. Let's face it, getting lost in the woods is a pretty terrifying premise, setting out the stage for a creepy story. Speaking of creeping around is our next short, Malachite, a sticky tactile animation from Farnoosh Abedi. After a man receives a transplant of his hand, his concept of himself and his life is drawn into an existential spiral, questioning the reality of his existence and lashing out those who love him who try to help. Drawing on the rich elements of Gothicism and an atmosphere of dread, enjoy the rush of this theatrical elements to the story, with the score oozing into all of your senses. Then we have They Salivate, directed by Ariam Bukarsh. After a couple embrace in a slow, peculiar kiss, they head into a social gathering. But what happens to a kiss after it is drunk by another? Silence plays a crucial role in this story, with curious looks and unexpected actions driving the uncertainty of the situation. The suspense is addictive, sexual and all-consuming, with an undercurrent of romance and tragedy. Wrapping up the strand is Evie, directed by Alex von Hoffman, which sees the world in the aftermath of nuclear war. Set in Australia, with the ruthless gangs roaming the countryside, a young woman must venture out into the wilderness to locate medicine for her sick father. Building on the tension of the unseen, this film features the VFX quality of a studio feature and retains a traditional horror narrative with outstanding performance from the young protagonist. Jump scares are a muck. Enjoy the tingling down your spine, shocks and existential fear from our horror-focused Unnerve strand. The content warning for the strand is that some films contain scenes of a sexual nature, bodily harm and violence. All of our films can be found on our website and in the brochure. Please talk to your friends about the festival and share your experiences on social media. Word of mouth is vital for a festival like ours. You'll be emailed an audience questionnaire after the festival. Thank you for coming to Shorts to Unnerve. We hope you enjoy the films and enjoy the festival. Thank you.